On July 27, 1302, the Battle of Bapheus was fought, marking a pivotal moment in the decline of Byzantine power and the rise of the Ottoman Empire in Bithynia. As tensions escalated, both the Ottoman and Byzantine forces prepared meticulously for the upcoming conflict, knowing the stakes were high. Intelligence about the Byzantine positions was crucial, leading to heightened scouting missions among the Ottoman troops prior to the battle. Meanwhile, the Byzantine general prepared his forces, contemplating the grave implications of the battle on his weakened empire. As dawn broke on the day of the battle, the atmosphere was thick with tension. Both sides prayed for victory, knowing their fates hung in the balance. Upon the sound of horns signaling the start of battle, the air erupted with the clanging of armor and the shouts of commands as both armies surged forward. Fierce skirmishes erupted as the Ottomans pushed forward, leveraging their superior cavalry against the Byzantine infantry. The Ottoman commander, showcasing tactical prowess, ordered a strategic flanking maneuver to outwit the Byzantine forces. Despite their valiant efforts, the Byzantine troops struggled to adapt to the rapid changes on the battlefield as the day progressed. Amidst the chaos, the Ottoman forces demonstrated solidarity and courage, rallying under their commander's leadership. Back on the Byzantine side, the general recognized a critical need for regrouping as losses mounted. With Ottoman cavalry executing swift maneuvers, the tide of battle began to shift in their favor, putting pressure on the Byzantine defense. As the day wore on, the psychological toll on the Byzantine troops became evident, affecting their morale significantly. The decisive moment occurred when the Ottomans executed a full frontal attack, breaking through the last lines of Byzantine resistance. In a last-ditch effort, the Byzantine general rallied his remaining troops, trying to forge a defensive stand against the overwhelming Ottoman forces. With a crushing thrust, the Ottomans broke the spine of the Byzantine forces, leading to widespread chaos within their ranks. The battle reached its climax as the Byzantine troops, heavily outmatched and demoralized, began to retreat in disarray. The defeat at Bapheus marked a crucial turning point for the Byzantine Empire, signaling a decline in its influence over Asia Minor. In the aftermath, the Ottoman commander stood on the battlefield, surveying the significant victory while strategizing future conquests in Bithynia. News of the battle's outcome spread quickly, instilling fear among the Byzantine populace and hope within the Ottoman ranks. The Byzantine general, reflecting on the loss, recognized the need for a reevaluation of strategies and alliances to withstand future threats. The victory at Bapheus paved the way for subsequent Ottoman territorial expansion in Anatolia, altering the historical landscape of the region. As both empires grappled with loss and victory, the seeds of future conflicts were sown, foreshadowing further struggles for control in the region. The Battle of Bapheus became known as a defining moment that underscored the impending rise of the Ottoman Empire at the expense of Byzantine sovereignty. In the early hours, the chill of dawn enveloped the field of Bapheus, a cloak of mist cradling both armies as they readied for battle. The Ottoman soldiers, their faces hardened by determination, gathered in formation while their commander surveyed the landscape, adjusting his helmet, a glint of sunlight reflecting off his armor. Opposite them, the Byzantine soldiers, weary from previous conflicts, formed lines under the leadership of their general. His seasoned experience and the intricacy of his breastplate mirrored the weight of tradition he carried, embodying a once mighty empire now on the brink of collapse. As the horns sounded, signaling the start of the conflict, the chaos of war enveloped the valley. The Ottomans advanced with precision, their cavalry thundering against the earth, a sea of disciplined motion meant to intimidate their foes. The Byzantines, caught off guard by the ferocity of the first wave, struggled to hold their formation. The general shouted commands over the din, his voice firm but betrayed by the crack in its tone, indicating the tension building within his ranks. The Ottomans employed strategic tactics as the sun climbed higher, utilizing their superior cavalry to encircle the Byzantine forces, executing a well-coordinated flanking maneuver that began to divide and conquer the enemy's formation. Despite the chaos, the Byzantine general attempted to establish a counterattack, recalling his archers to higher ground, requesting them to rain arrows down upon the encroaching Ottoman forces in hopes of stalling their advance. As arrows flew, some struck their mark, but the relentless momentum of the Ottoman cavalry proved difficult to halt. Utilizing their superior training, they managed to break through the first line of Byzantine defenders, causing a ripple of fear throughout the ranks. The resilient spirit of some Byzantine soldiers shone through as they fought back fiercely, forming pockets of resistance amidst the chaos, striving to reclaim their ground even as the tide of battle shifted. Seeing the determination of some Byzantine troops, the Ottoman commander intensified the assault, leading a charge directly into the fray, confident that momentum and his keen strategy would break the enemy's spirit. Overwhelmed by the onslaught, many Byzantine soldiers began to falter, and their lines began to unravel as the Ottoman force pressed in relentlessly, creating gaps that led to further chaos. In a final effort to unite his troops, the Byzantine general forged ahead through the chaos, urging his men to regroup, calling upon their shared legacy to inspire bravery amid bleak odds. Despite his efforts, the turquoise waters of the nearby river reflected the growing chaos as Ottoman warriors surged forward, bolstered by their numbers, the sound of metal clashing echoing throughout the valley. As the combined pressure mounted, the Byzantine forces began to break apart, and the retreat of the reshuffled line seemed inevitable, sending ripples of panic through the ranks. In a desperate bid, the Byzantine general ordered a tactical withdrawal, leading his forces back toward the fortified regions, determined to save as many lives as possible, even as uncertainty clouded their retreat. The Ottoman commander, witnessing the disarray, seized the opportunity, rallying his soldiers to pursue the retreating Byzantines, determined to land a decisive blow and claim victory. As the Ottoman forces gained ground, the sounds of clashing swords and cries of desperation filled the air. Ottoman archers unleashed a barrage upon the fleeing Byzantines, further demoralizing their forces. Despite their numbers, the retreating Byzantine soldiers struggled to maintain order under the relentless pressure from their pursuers, a once proud army now losing its cohesion. The decisive moment arrived as the Ottoman forces pressed forward, encircling the remnants of the Byzantine army, their formation transforming into a relentless wave of conquest pulsing with fervor. As they closed in, the captain's voice rang out like a war drum. The call to seize the moment pushed the Ottomans into a full-scale assault, propelling them toward victory as the Byzantines faltered even further. In a last-ditch effort, the Byzantine general fought to protect his remaining troops, engaging on the front lines himself, embodying the desperation and fiery hope of keeping his people safe against looming defeat. As the dust settled and the last cries of combat faded, it became evident that the Ottomans had claimed victory at the Battle of Bapheus, fundamentally altering the power dynamics in Bithynia and signaling the decline of Byzantine might in the region. The sun rose slowly over the battlefield, illuminating the mist that clung to the ground. The Ottoman forces, organized and disciplined, stood ready, their determination palpable in the morning air. The Byzantine army, weary and anxious, faced the prospect of defending their crumbling empire. The air was thick with tension as the frozen moment broke and the battle commenced, drums of war echoing across the field. Ottoman cavalry surged forward, a wave of iron and fury, their battle cries echoing the determination of a rising empire seeking destiny. The fierce fighting intensified as the Ottoman forces executed their carefully planned flanking maneuver. Cavalry units descended upon the Byzantine sides, sowing confusion and panic among the enemy ranks, forcing many to falter. As wounded soldiers fell around him, the Byzantine general surveyed the battlefield, his heart sinking as he realized the growing chaos threatening his forces. He summoned all his leadership to inspire confidence in his men amidst the unraveling of their defense. Despite his attempts to instill hope, the Byzantine lines crumbled under the pressure. Ottoman forces, emboldened by their initial success, pushed aggressively, causing disorder in the already demoralized ranks of Byzantines. Following a crucial moment, the Ottoman commander ordered a decisive full-frontal assault, a single powerful wave aimed at breaking through the scattered remnants of the Byzantine forces. Faced with overwhelming opposition, the Byzantine general rallied a last stand, fighting valiantly alongside his remaining troops. However, the overwhelming numbers of the Ottomans proved insurmountable. As Ottoman forces encircled the remaining Byzantine troops, a sense of dread engulfed the battlefield. With his army in retreat, the Byzantine general sought to save as many lives as possible, issuing orders for withdrawal. The retreat became chaotic, a mix of fear and confusion. The Ottomans pursued fiercely, determined to capitalize on their imminent victory, thrusting forward without mercy. The clash of steel reverberated across the field, with the sound resonating in the hearts of those who remained. The fight for survival became desperate as casualties mounted on both sides. With the inevitable conclusion approaching, the spirit of the Byzantine army flickered. The Ottoman forces grew stronger, fueled by their victory's promise, driving forward without hesitation. As the Ottoman cavalry encompassed the last of the Byzantine ranks, the Byzantine general's expression turned from determination to acceptance. He knew the end was near. The final blow was struck. The Ottoman troops surged across the battlefield, overwhelming the last areas of resistance. The Byzantine banner fell, marking the definitive end to the fight. With the battle concluded, the Ottoman commander surveyed the battlefield, victorious yet mindful of the cost of war. The somber reality set in as he took note of both the casualties and the spoils of victory. The aftermath of the Battle of Bapheus marked not just a territorial gain, but a significant shift in power dynamics. Bithynia was now opened for Turkish conquest, and the Byzantine Empire continued its decline. Historically, the outcome of the Battle of Bapheus would set the stage for Ottoman expansion into Anatolia, signaling a shift that would forever alter the tapestry of the region.